All right, today's topic is quadrilaterals. We're going to do a brief introduction, and we're going to talk about how all the quadrilaterals are similar and different. You should have out a sheet of paper and a pencil because you are going to be drawing a chart that you're going to use for the next couple of weeks while we're dealing with quadrilaterals, and it will be very helpful to you if you get this chart down. Okay, so let's first start off with the essential question. Essential question says, what is a quadrilateral and what are the different types of quadrilaterals? By the end of this lesson, in about 5 minutes, you're going to be able to answer both of these questions. First, we need to start off with the definition. What is a quadrilateral? Quadrilateral, quad with the prefix of quad, means four. So a quadrilateral is a four-sided polygon with angles whose sum is 360 degrees. Okay, a four-sided polygon with angles whose sum is 360 degrees. Okay, there are three primary types of quadrilaterals that we're going to talk about that have specific characteristics. The first one is a trapezoid. The second one are parallelograms, and that's where we're going to spend most of our time, is in the parallelogram category. The third type are kites, and we're going to spend a little bit of time with kites and a little bit of time with trapezoids, but our primary focus is going to be on parallelograms. Okay, so let's get our characteristics for trapezoid out of the way, because there's one characteristic for a trapezoid. The one characteristic for a trapezoid is that it has one pair of opposite sides parallel. So if you can see, this top side and the bottom side are parallel. They're never going to intersect. That is not true for the legs of the trapezoid. They are not always going to be parallel, and in this case you will see that they'll run into each other. Let's skip our parallelograms and let's go over to kites. For kites, we have two pairs of adjacent sides congruent. So what that means is this side is adjacent to that side, and they're going to be congruent. And this side is adjacent to that side, and they're going to be congruent. What it also says is that diagonals are perpendicular. Okay? So if I were to draw a diagonal line straight across here, and a diagonal line from the top down to the bottom, those two diagonals would intersect at a 90-degree angle, and it would be perpendicular. So it would create 90-degree angles. Okay? The next thing that we're going to focus on are parallelograms. And there are three different types of parallelograms that we're going to talk about. The first one is a rectangle. The second one is a rhombus. And the last one is a square. Okay? Does anybody know about a rhombus? In a rhombus, if you're looking at this picture, the rhombus, one of the rhombus's characteristics or specific characteristics is that it has four congruent sides. Okay? What do we know? Does anybody know the word that talks about four congruent sides? Okay? I'm sure you do. Think about it, come up with it. Did you come up with equilateral? If you did, you're absolutely right. If something has four congruent sides, or a total number of congruent sides, all congruent, it is equilateral. Okay? Rectangle has four congruent angles. If equilateral means four congruent sides, what's the word that's going to mean four congruent angles? Think about it, come up with it. Very similar. And it would be equiangular. Okay? So four congruent angles, all angles the same size, would be equiangular. All sides the same size, equilateral. Now with a square, we have all angles that are the same size, and we have all sides that are the same size. So is there a term that talks about equilateral and equiangular shapes? Yes, there is. The name of a shape that has the same number of is equilateral and equiangular is called regular. So a square would also be known as a regular quadrilateral. Okay? If you had a regular triangle it would mean all three sides are the same and all three angles are the same measurement. If you had a regular pentagon, all 5 sides, same measurement, all 5 angles, same measurement. Okay? Have a great day. That's our quadrilateral overview and our family tree. Take care.